Alright, welcome back to the League Race. This time we're back with FTRL Season 22 of GT7 in GT1. So, this week, Watkins, Glen. Now, fascinating conundrum with this. Strategy was going to be a big part of this. These endurance races, it's 5 times tyre wear and 3 litres per second on a lap of fuel. Now, these were the same things that were in place last week actually at Trial Mountain, but it's, yeah, definitely. There's a lot up for grabs here, and you know, a very clear strategy coming into this. It was going to be to try and get the 2-stop and see what we could do from that. But it did require a lot of driving in a specific way. But first of all, it's qualifying. Last lap, I did manage to improve there. I thought there was a little bit of time left on the table here. Maybe not a ton, but I never really do a lot of qualifying practice until the actual event itself, because I just, I don't know. I mean, look, track position is really important. I should maybe do more practice on, full unleashed pace. But anyways, with this, I knew there was an objective to set, and we'll get into it as we get here. But again, Rom is going to be in front of us here to start in our class. We're going to try a different kind of start this week. We're going to start from fuel mix 6 and then go from there. Initially the launch was good, and then I've got to turn it back down, so a little bit sooner. But so Lee's going to get a jump on us here, and Sean is there as well. Going to brake nice and easy into turn 1. Being on the inside maybe isn't where you want to be, but anyway, so Lee and Sean go through, and we're down to 10. So kind of, just I've got to kind of get a better grip for the starts. Grid starts in GT haven't, I don't know, no weakness, but I could be better at them. But anyways, it's all just this chicane. We've been taken out here before. I remember we first came here in a few seasons back. It was I was taken out here into the chicane, but no such occurrences this time. And of course, last time we came to this track, we won the race with strategy as well, going on to the softs at the end. Lap number 2, Chubbs is going to tangle a little bit with Sean, and that's going to allow us to get by Chubbs. Chubbs has got a lot of pace. Chubbs is out of position here big time. So yeah, we'll see. We'll be seeing Chubbs later on, but for now we get through then into P number 9. But it was all about tire management and a lot of lifting, a lot of coasting, a lot of letting the car roll through corners, sacrificing pace early on. And while these guys were all squabbling in front, I was happy to roll into corners a little bit easier. There goes Chubbs. He goes into the barrier, so he loses a lot of time there. So he's going to have to have some recovering to do. But while these guys were squabbling, I wasn't being dropped by them. I was able to save fuel and save tires. We're looking to go 12, 12, and 12. The flexibility comes at this first part of the stint. Lee has an off there into turn 1, and then we're going to get by then into 8th place then. But if you're going 12, 12, 12, then this first stint can be the toughest. So in practice, I found the first stint the easiest, because I found the other stints more difficult on tires for some reason. But anyways, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a thing in my mind that I knew. But anyways, lap number 12, these tires, they died on this in lap. You see Ross is 6.6 seconds in front, Chubbs 2.5 behind. So Chubbs made a lot of time on the towards the end of the stint. Anyways, we saved some fuel, which was nice. Ross is in the BMW, I'm in the GTR, so we're looking good here. So it became evident who was doing the 2-stop, who was doing the 1-stop. Biggles carries on for their lap, he's going to carry on. We could have gone further, we couldn't have gone further on tyres, so we had to pit this lap. So anyways, 12 laps on the dot. We're going to go for this one, and we're going to break this down. So anyways, the gap we made on Ross, the BMW doesn't seem to be quite as good on fuel as this GTR as well, I've noticed, because we're able to fill up a lot shorter and go the same distance. So look, we know, we fill up to a T. We fill up to the exact lap we need, and we can't get whatever we can. So Oblivion's going to pop just in front, and that's going to be a little bit tough. But I needn't worry too much, because he'd get in front of Ross, because Ross is on. Sorry, Oblivion I think was on softs, but again, him and Ross squabbling. We sat behind for a number of laps and was just able to take it easy on tyres and fuel to an extent as well. And now that our softs are dropping off, and now we need to get Oblivion. You see the tyre wear. Again, 12 laps. Normally you'd be going right down to the bare bones, but we're on lap 18. We're pitting on lap 24. we can now use a lot of this tyre. But I wasn't quite feeling safe yet, but I knew I absolutely had to get this move done on Oblivion. So, you know, we can't be wasting time behind here. We need to get this done very quickly. And I got a good run here. I was like, right, I've definitely got better tyres. I'm going to have the slipstream. We're going to go for this move down the inside here. He's going to see me coming, and we're going to go for it. Brake, a little bit of a push, I'll be honest, but yeah, I thought perhaps once he saw me come down the inside, he might give that up, but he turned in. Anyways, a bit of a forced one on my end, but anyways, we get through, and we're just going to follow Ross then. And see the guys on the 3 stops then coming in, Pagani, Rom, they've used their, you know, to their nth degree. So in our class, we're fighting no one really, actually. We're going to maybe see where Rom is later on. There's Sean. Sean was ahead on the 2-stop here initially, but he really dropped off here. Like, again, me and Ross had like, we can now blow through our tires. Like, we got just under 3 laps to go here on this stint. We can blow through our tires now, and Sean's tires were really dead at this point. So yeah, you know, we nursed these at the beginning of the phase. Me and Ross both drove this so methodically. Like, we really planned this out so carefully, independently, I might add. Like, you know, we got here on race day and this is how it was going to be, but I need to dispatch Sean immediately because I need to keep following Ross down the inside. I have better tires and they're going to get a better run on the exit here. Leave Sean the space. There's just enough space out there, and he files in behind, and he doesn't go for the move on heading down the straight though. So yeah, we carry on. It's been look, we're already in lap 22. Like, it's been very much running our own race. Has been very much planned. It's been executed brilliantly as well. So into the pits lane we come again. We had a bit of tire to end here as well, so we had more in the tank. I mean, we could have gone for another lap if we really needed it to. Come in then for our last stop then. I have a bit less fuel. Again, we run this so precisely. You know, very fine margins. We're going to have mediums. So Witchell then, in the end, we weren't... The commentary thought we were fighting Witchell. And in the end, Witchell's middle stint. We could have been close here with Witchell. But Witchell's stint on these last few laps were it was unbelievable. Like, he just... from this point onwards, he just pumped in fat, like 44s and 45s. It was very, very rapid pace. So he's going to get the jump. But we are fighting for podium position. The likes of Aaron, Pagani, etc. They're doing 3 stops. They're just not a factor for the podium places. Like, this is what and this is why, like myself and Ross and Chubbs and Biggles to an extent as well, we all sacrificed a lot of time to nurse the tires so that we could make this 2-stop work. And again, Ross's league's prime examples, like, everyone could do this, like, in a sense. Like, if he could do it in the BMW, then in a sense, Ross is one of the best of saving tires, and I'm up there, you know, in a sense too. But you know, Ross showed what was possible, and I showed what was possible. So yeah, we actually jumped Ross in the pits. So we fueled very tightly here. But Ross is going to go here, and I was actually fine with him going. I wanted to work with Ross because I felt better being behind Ross and being able to save some fuel. And the fact that he's not in my category, in my class, you know, I'm more inclined to let him go.
I'll just follow you.
And I just wanted to follow him, save some tires behind, save some fuel maybe if possible. And but you can see Captain Chubbs 3.8 seconds behind. We lost a lot of time in this first part of the stint. By this stage of the stint now, we're pushing flat. The tires we can now, we know we can get the tires now to the end. We are pushing. We are. Like, there was a point in this race where we're like, right, Chubbs is coming. We have to get a move on. And it was almost like just a kind of a... We did kind of talk it, but like not much. Like, we kind of just knew, like in our driving, we knew like we had to get a move on. Chubbs is coming. Chubbs is rapid. Ross picks up a penalty, so we move into P2. Witchell is done for this race win. He's clear up the road. But myself, Ross, Chubbs, we are all squabbling for these 2 spots on the podium here, and it's go time. Chubbs is coming. We've got the fuel just about. Like, look at this, lap 35. Fuel is tight. Ross went wide, got a penalty, and Chubbs got through on lap 35. Now Chubbs is on my ass. It's tight on fuel. It is going to be tight on fuel, but we're fighting for P2 here. Last lap. Chubbs has got the pace. If I can get a good run out of this turn 1, we should be able to hold it. But Chubbs' run is really good. He's alongside me now as it is. I was wondering, like, please don't take us out here heading up the hill. And he gets through, but he's got through at a time where I can get back into the slipstream. Ross has dropped out of the equation here. We've got tires. Fuel is going to be marginal. I held it in 5th for as long as I could. Oh, sneak up the inside. No, I can't get it done. Chubbs is going to have this one. he's going to win this one out in the end. And now, at this stage, I need to try and save fuel. Although I tried to fight for as long as I could because a couple of spots to get this back. But no, we have to settle in the end. Now I'm really saving fuel. So Witchell wins the race, so fair play to him. Chubbs, what recovery drive from Chubbs. He had to make up a lot of time to make that work. But for us, we're going to run out of fuel at the end here, but it's going to be okay. We're going to finish in P3 for a podium. Absolutely fantastic stuff. The Glen is good for me. And Ron managed to finish in 5th in the end. He managed to make up some time, and Sean lost out in the end. So, yeah, fantastic. I'm delighted with that. A lot of the guys in the party weren't too pleased with their race. Tom had a tough race. Pagani was so close with Witchell that first stint and couldn't keep it in the end. Yeah. So I was delighted. Disappointed to lose out to Chubbs, to Chubbs on the last lap. But we are winner of our class. We finished on an actual podium in FTRL for the first time properly in an endurance race since probably the Aston Martin days. So fantastic stuff. Like I won obviously reverse sprint in the Austrian the Austrian race last season, but yeah, to get back in an endurance race, and it was just absolute perfection how we played this. We were happy to sit in the traffic early on, save tires to an extent in the first stint, save fuel, make up time with the fuel. Just the start to finish, there was precision to this race that we drove, and we executed it to basically perfection, other than maybe losing a bit of time at the end of that first stint. So absolutely fantastic stuff. Loved it. The Glen is good to me, so fantastic stuff. So happy with that. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Right, here are the standings after round number 2. You can see we're up in 4th place behind Chubbs, level on points with Chubbs in 3rd, with Tom just behind then. In 5th, he had a difficult one. I think he had a spin somewhere. I think that's what there's a yellow flag in the race, and that's what happened there. But yeah, it's been good. Like, we're the highest pro-am driver at the moment. So that's been good. And yeah, like again, even though we lost to Chubbs at the end there, we're still having a good season. So very happy with how things have gone up to this point. Here are the category standings. You can see we're top of Pro-Am then we're level on Pro-Am after we traded with Rom, so who finished 2nd this week in Pro-Am. So anyways, there you go. That's Pro-Am looking good. There should be a fun battle this season with Rom. Didn't really see him actually in much of this race. It's just kind of the way it played out really. Just kind of didn't gravitate to each other that we did at Trial Mountain. Here's the standings though for the teams. Again, top 3 automatically qualify. 4th, 5th, and 6th going to a playoff race of sorts. So after slow starts of the season, we're back up to 5th and less than 9 points off the 2nd place. So lots to fight for, and that will continue next time in FTRL GT1. Next up is Dragon Trail Seaside Reverse. So and it's a sprint format, which weren't kind to me last year, apart from one race, which was also I was on soft, so bit of a advantage. But anyways, it should be fun. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time.